All right, wonderful people, welcome back to this wonderful channel where we bring you back-to-back updates and information as to the hot. In case you have not joined our social media handle, what are you waiting for? Kindly go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, share, and also remember to on your notification button so that whenever our news drop, you will be the first to record them. Let's go down to the news proper. As Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, appears in court again over terrorism trial. The leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Kanu, on Tuesday arrived at the federal court in Abuja in continuation of his fresh terrorism trial. Kanu is standing trial before Justice James Omotosho, decked in his usual white tracksuit. Kanu briefly exchanged pleasantries with family members and his team of lawyers before entering back into the court. All right, as the matter they be, this one the one we happened yesterday as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu appeared in court again. Of course, you know that within the space of 1 to 2 months, I think Kanu has appeared in court not less than 3 to 4 times. Unlike other times, the case will be adjourned for the next month, next 2 months, and the rest of them. And this time, I'm still trying to understand what the federal government intends to achieve as the trial has been reopened. And I wonder about other trials that he had passed through. What was actually, the bargain or the result of that as his trial has been reopened. I think the federal government should do fast and release that man from detention so that he can go and rest with his family. On that yesterday case, the High Court judge bars Nnamdi Kanu from court for live streaming proceedings. Another thing I want to ask is a question: is it a crime to live stream court proceeding? Is that a crime? Because I believe that it's an open case, and people are free. If other networks like NTA and the rest of them are given the permission to cover the event, why not his family members? Justice Omotosho ordered Ms. Kanu to vacate the courtroom and barred her from attending the next 3 sittings. Justice James Omotosho of the Federal High Court in Abuja has barred Mrs. Verva Kanu's sister-in-law to the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, from attending court proceedings after stating that she live streamed the section on social media. Justice Omotoso ordered Ms. Kanu to vacate the courtroom and barred her from attending the next 3 sittings. The judge said he would have cited her for contempt of court if not for pleas from Kanu's defense lawyer, Kanu Agabi San. Before delivering the order, the judge summoned Ms. Kanu, who is reportedly married to Nnamdi Kanu's brother, to the front of the court and questioned her about her actions. In response, Ms. Kanu admitted to streaming the court proceeding live, but claimed she was unaware that the judge was still sitting. She offered an apology and pledged not to repeat the act. Justice Omotosho noted that her actions violated court rules and warned against similar conduct in the future. Nnamdi Kanu, currently facing trial on charges of terrorism and treasonable felony, has been in custody since his extradition from Kenya in June 2021. His arrest ignited tension across Nigeria's southeast, where IPOB has been campaigning for the secession of Biafra from Nigeria. He appeared in court on Tuesday for continuation of his trial. All right. The federal government have refused to do the needful. Of course, you know that if the needful is being done, what should have been the best is that Kanu should be released. Another information I'm seeing here on my table is that Kanu admits inciting attack on police. All right, let's go down to that information and see the full detail. Kanu admits to inciting attack on police officers. Witness. Let's look at that information. A witness has told a federal high court in Abuja that the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, admitted operating an illegal radio station and inciting members of the public to attack police officers. The second witness is an official of the Department of State Service identified with the acronym BBB in line with the court's shielding of witness identities, said Kanu also founded the Eastern Security Network (ESN), an armed wing of the IPOB, led in evidence by the prosecuting lawyer Adegboyega Awomolo San. BBB testified that Kanu also operated an illegal radio station which broadcasted on frequencies 102.1 FM and 88.0 FM, which was not licensed by the National Broadcasting Commission (NBC). BBB said he was on July 2021 assigned the duty of taking Kanu's statement following a letter from the Attorney General of the Federation requesting that IPOB leader be investigated for his alleged terrorism activities. The witnesses said he carried out the assignment in the company of 4 other colleagues. He said he handed Kanu the letter from the AGF, which the defendant read and also gave his lawyers to read, following which he requested that Kanu respond to the issue raised in the letter, after which he volunteered to make a statement and it was recorded on video. Asked about what Kanu was agitating for, the witness said Kanu wanted the secession of the 5 southeast states, part of Kogi and Benue State, from the rest of Nigeria. Awomolo sought to tender a copy of the compact disc, which BBB identified as containing the recording of his interaction with Kanu, the letter from the AGF, and a certificate of compliance. However, Defense Counsel Kanu Agabi-san objected to the tendering of the items, argued that the defense was not served with the AGF letter and the video recording. In his ruling, Justice James Omotosho agreed with Agabi that the defense has the right to be served with all the documents and materials the prosecution planned to rely on in prosecuting the case. Testifying earlier, the first witness admitted that he was unaware that 8 of the 15 terrorism charges against Kanu had been struck out. Earlier, a mild drama ensued when a lawyer named Charles Ude presented a letter before the court claiming to be Kanu's lawyer. The claim was rejected by Agabi and Aloy Ejimako, which was affirmed by Kanu himself. The judge directed that he could only recognize only 16 of the 29 lawyers who are participating in the matter. The judge also barred from 3 sittings a relative of Kanu, Favor Kanu, for streaming the case on FB Live. Alright, this is what is currently going on as regards with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case, and the federal government has remained adamant, even the court, on making release the man. But we are looking for the better future and what is supposed to happen in the future. If justice should take its position, if the woman of justice who her eyes is covered with ribbon and by the other side she's carrying a sword and by the other side is scale, but as it is in the nation called Nigeria, that woman now can see, because some people gave the woman bribe and the woman removed the ribbon in her eye, and the scale is now weighing money and pounds, dollars, and the sword can only kill the poor. So that is the case of Nigeria as it is with justice now, because the woman of justice has been bribed and the woman of justice can actually see. The woman of justice is not ribbon tied and blind. She can now see and knows who is the bourgeois. All right, wonderful people, welcome back to this wonderful channel where we bring you back-to-back updates and information as it is hot. In case you have not joined our social media handle, what are you waiting for? Kindly go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, share, and also remember to on your notification button so that whenever our news drop, you will be the first to collect them. You don't hear that song, Python Dance 1, Python Dance 2, Python Dance 3, and Python dance for the no fit marry Nnamdi Kanu. All right, that is song, a solidarity song coming from Biafrans from all walks of place, supporting the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's support and people who rally behind him is not what I would call a political affair. It's not even by election. It's not even by coercing. Nobody was coerced. So support Ohamadike one of Ndigbo. Nobody was even cajoled or hypnotized or talked into supporting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. At the emergence of Kanu around 2014, people saw a hero. People saw a deliverer. People saw a freedom fighter. People saw the spirit of the heroes past of Ndi Igbo. People saw the reincarnation of a lot of Ndi Igbos who were lost during the 1967 to 1970 Biafra Civil War. That is what people saw in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and they decided that this is the man that they are supposed to follow because he made the matter straight. He set the record straight. There was no bias, there was no guile, there was no deceit in his words. He was out there for his people, and he was making sure that the people get the right that is due to them. But as it is, of course, the world does not like good things. Not only in Africa, all over the world. Whenever a freedom fighter arises, you see that the government tend to treat such one with cruelty. They go after such individual with cruelty, and that is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is facing today for having risen up to speak for his people, having risen up to defend his nation, having risen up to talk about the freedom of his people, and the nation saw him as a taboo. Nigerian nation saw Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as a taboo and one who is out to spoil their business. Of course, you know how the matter is that the about 70% of the production that is part of the gross domestic product of Nigeria is coming from the southeastern part of Nigeria, and all these things are hooked up on oil and crude oil, and that is where the GDP of the nation is being gotten from. And these people, as tyranny as they are, as colonial master, because what I would call Nigeria to the Biafrans is a colonial master, a tyranny colonial master who have decided not to let the people go, just like what is happening in Burkina Faso today, where France have decided that they are not going to let go, and even America has reason to support them because Burkina Faso decided that we don't want the tyranny again. We want a nation of our own. We want to be by ourselves. We want to produce for ourselves. We want to make alliance with who we want to make alliance. We don't want to be under the bondage of any nation who say that they are our colonial master and they are still there, who say that they are protecting us and they are indirectly sucking our mineral resources. And that is what Mazi Nnamdi kind of find out, and he decided to, even though his own was not through the means of coup d'etat, it was not through the means of barrel of the gun, as Ibrahim Toure is doing it today. People have different ideology and idealism through which they, would find their own freedom. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu decided to do his own through the barrel of pen, and of course, you know that in most places, pen is not respected. Pen is usually counter-attacked with the barrel of gun, and that is why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still in detention till today. And 5 years has passed. 5 years has passed, and the people have not forgotten. 5 years have passed, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still in the people's mind. They sing his song everywhere. They sing his praise everywhere. They eulogize him at every moment, at every minute, at every chance they get, to show that truly this man is a hero. Truly this man is a leader. Truly this man is the man he is supposed to be. All right, some good information as they be. They say Anambra State government seized factory allegedly producing counterfeit disinfectants in Obosi. They have found a company that is producing counterfeit disinfectant in Obosi. Of course, you know how it be. All right. Reaction as E-Money makes first public appearance with family after release from EFCC. Of course, you know that E-Money, one of the Igbo billionaires, was arrested by EFCC. According to them, they say that he was defacing the Nigerian currency. But in that particular party, what we saw was him, spreading euro to a Nigerian musician called Flavor. But they say somehow he stepped on Naira currency on his foot. And the person who spread the Naira currency was not arrested, but one who was arrested was the one who stepped on it. Of course, you can see, but Obi Kubana said that these people are trying to make e-money to become their ally by fire by force as a result of the upcoming 2027 general election. And if you look at that, you and I will agree that there is a truth in it, because the speed with which PDP governors are defecting to APC will show you that somehow most of them has been threatened of their office or something like that, and they decided that, okay, instead of losing their office, it is better to support their tax master, because Tinubu is their tax master. And when it comes to Nigerian politics, because let me tell you, the politics that is being played in Nigeria is different from the democracy, what is being played in Nigeria is not democracy, it is democracy. You have to be crazy enough to engage in Nigeria politics. P2B tried, of which you know that as allegedly that if the votes we account well, that he was supposed to be the president of Nigeria today, allegedly, as it should be. But because for you to play the politics of Nigeria, you must be democracy. You must be very crazy enough to do that. All right, in Osun State, gunmen hack Amotekun official to death. Gunmen hack Amotekun official to death. This one is happening in Osun State, where government has hacked an official of Amotekun to death. Also, JAMB breaks silence as scammers demand 15,700 from candidate to rescue them. Scammers are demanding 15,700 naira from JAMB candidates. Yesterday, a complaint rose up where people are complaining that parents are even supporting their children to be joining miracle centers in order to score highest in their JAMB and also to score highest in their WAEC. Of course, miracle centers are where expos are being thrown, of which that this is the downfall of education in Nigeria. According for Natasha Akpabio and Akpabio case, evidence will come in court. Natasha defies pressure over Akpabio harassment allegation. In Nigeria, if you talk about those in power, just know that your end has come. There is this man called the government of the common man, the Brekete family man. For some time now, people have been looking for him. We had his in detention, we had his gone, and the rest of them. All this is because he is defending the common people in Nigeria. They don't like the people who speak the truth. Rather, they like liars. They like political liars just like them, people who will shut their mouth and watch the evil that is being perpetrated to keep going on. All right, this is where I'll be